Hello everyone and now welcome to NetEase ladder match between ReMinds playing under the name Romantic Human going up against Passion. This is a Night Elf versus Night Elf mirror match, and I guess HU, well, English words don't usually end in U, so I would think HU is like abbreviation for human, but then again, maybe it's not known, so maybe he really meant like romantic hue, which would be romantic colors, even though he's really Remind. Anyways, always a little bit confusing here as we're going to be going into a 1v1 mirror match here on Echo Isle. Ancient of War being built down all over here to the right. You actually have a little bit more room. I don't know if this in terms of proximity, if it is close enough to actually trigger compared to this side. It seems like this side you might accidentally trigger the Kobold Tunnelers to attack you, as we see this right here. Oh, but Passion doing exactly that, triggering the Ancient of the creeps to attack the Ancient of War, who is now down to 300 hit points and still dropping pretty steadily. This is some pretty bad news indeed. Wisp are being brought on over to Traps, try and repair or pull some of that aggro away, as that Ancient of War down to 190 hit points and still taking damage. Wisp purposely trying to pull back here. It looks as though, well, that Ancient of War is not going to be able to tank any real damage whatsoever, as it's already down to 174 hit points. And perhaps try and get up, eat some trees, and then also bring over some wisps as well, as two wisps are already being brought in from the north. Meanwhile, Passion going for Priestess of the Moon and Huntresses. So this is going to be a mass hunt strategy. All right, Hunter's Hall, Ancient of War, and Potom are going to go ahead and engage right here as we're looking at, well, the Archer perhaps trying to pull all of the units around, get a little bit of timing and distance, as the Demon Hunter now out here onto the battlefield. Mana Burn gets in some extra damage onto that Renegade Wizard. This Ancient of War down to 180 hit points could have some very bad news indeed. Trying to finish off more of these units. Is 2 Wisps going to be enough? That is the question, as the Ancient of War still taking quite a bit of damage, holding steady currently at 100. Demon Hunter looks like he'll be able to finish off the remainder of this Kobold and Renegade Wizard creep camp, as the Priestess of the Moon shows up to the party and perhaps will be adding a little bit of damage to those Wisps. All right, Wisp, number one already taken down, trying to get some damage onto some more of these units. More Wisp could get taken down. Forest Troll, Shadow Priest trying to keep that Wisp alive. Another shot is going to do it. No detonation, as the Priestess of the Moon gets in 2 kills, and a lot of repair gold lost on that Ancient of War as well. Priestess of the Moon trying to keep its distance away from that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter, however, moving fairly fast, able to keep up as well. All right. Priestess of the Moon making its way back around the map here. We know that we're going to be looking at Huntresses in just a little bit. Priestess of the Moon did purposely go for those searing arrows, double backs around and accidentally runs into a bad spot again. Is he going to be able to finish off the Forest Troll Shadow Priest, or is the Demon Hunter's damage going to be far too high? Really feels like the Priestess of the Moon should be an auto attack hero, should seem to have higher damage, and compared to the Demon Hunter will win out in every single way. Average damage on the Priestess of the Moon, 26. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter's average damage is currently 34 per attack. Fast attack speed going up against fast attack or average attack speed. So even the Demon Hunter attacks faster per swing. Damage on that Demon Hunter great indeed, as the Priestess of the Moon going to be forced to retreat and return back home. Yeah, Demon Hunter, a one-man wrecking crew, so to speak. Huntress is now in the middle portion of the map. They were all shadow melded right there. They're going to be trying to perhaps rejoin up and get together again, as the Priestess of the Moon doesn't have True Shot Aura yet. Normally, the Priestess of the Moon is just a walking damage buff for the rest of that army, giving a 10% or even 20% damage bonus to the Huntresses all out on the battlefield. But, well, you really need to see a large number of units out on the battlefield for that to really start to make a difference. Are we getting a tech in the tier 2? We are. No attack upgrades either as of yet. 28 supply from ReMinD going up against Passion's 30.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Alright. One lone huntress getting in some damage here. Ancient Protector will be added to act as a deterrent, as the huntresses, well, don't want to take any piercing damage whatsoever. Meanwhile, back down to the south here, Ancient of War is, well, uprooted from off over here. Mini-map is kind of broken. Gonna go ahead and clear out this 533 creep camp, giving level 2 to the Priestess of the Moon, and also, very importantly, level 3 to the Priestess of the Moon, and also being able to give True Shot Aura a damage bonus to all of these units here. New observer features. Ooh, I will definitely check that out. I need to restart my computer or restart Warcraft 3 Reforged to go ahead and see that. All right, back off to the north here. Demon Hunter, Force Troll, Berserker, Force Troll, Shadow Priest, Archers, all coming back across here. Gonna take down this Ogre Warrior creep camp and Echo Isles. And one of the reasons why I don't enjoy like on Entangled and Haunted Gold Mines, there's a worker counter. Oh, that's what they added. All right, so is it on here? Nope, it is not on here. But maybe it only acts as you can only see it if you are a true observer, not just observing a replay. There's currently no observers in this game right now. Coming back across here, Demon Hunter making its way down. Ring of Regeneration, is it going to be sold? No, sells the Scroll of the Beast, keeps the Ring of Regeneration, and just as a decent item to try and be topped off with hit points constantly. I was talking about Echo Isles. Oh yeah, I was talking about Echo Isles. Yeah, and one of the things that I don't like about Echo Isles is that there just isn't that many high-level creep camps. You can take a look at the Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camps in the corner. They're very much a one-way in, one-way out, unless you clear out the trees. And with that, that does start to become a problem. All right, we are looking at an Ancient of Lore getting pressured in. A Demon Hunter with Evasion. Is it going to be able to stay alive? There's the cancellation. And are we going to get a surround here? Yes, we are. Staff of Teleportation now being used. Demon Hunter able to escape, very low on hit points indeed, but able to drink some Moonwells and get back up to full. Echo Isles, and the armies almost... Well, you need to creep, but the problem with Echo Isles, or some of the problems with Echo Isles, is that there's only one expansion, so trying to go into low upkeep is a little bit risky. Secondly, getting 3 heroes on Echo Isles is difficult since there's not enough creeps and you're forced to go and engage against your opponent. And if you're trying to, well, earn that little bit of extra bonus. Demon Hunter going to go ahead and back away. Is Goblin Tinker now the one with the Scroll of Town Portal in case, as the Demon Hunter looks to, well, dance around off to the side here. Meanwhile, Priestess of the Moon clearing out this Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp by eating through the trees. Nicely done. Demon Hunter going to make its way over. Is he actually going to try and scout? How far and deep is he going to scout out to realize that the Priestess of the Moon is right here? No, he just scouted out to see if an expansion is there and what else the Goblin Tinker can do during this time. All right, Sentry Ward was positioned as well to keep track of the main Goblin Merchant Shop. Priestess of the Moon picks up a Puript of Vitality, Tome of Intelligence as well, I believe. And now decent auto attack damage, plus 11 with a plus 3 damage for those Huntresses. Oh, they also added a pop-up for items that are being bought and sold. That does help since you cannot necessarily see what items are bought or if an item is quickly bought and sold, sometimes like Dust of Appearance via Blade Master. Goblin Tinker is still opting to clear out this creep camp here. And what is ReMinD's long-term strategy? A Circlet of Nobility is dropped. Tome of Intelligence as well. That's going to be some decent items for that Priestess of the Moon, who is now at level 4. Level 2, Searing Arrow does give a little bit of bonus damage. I would have thought... Come on, picked up the... Oh, come on, it's right there. Picking up that going to be extremely helpful as, well, there's plus 3 damage across the board as the Priestess of the Moon now going to continue to press on in and press on forward. Demon Hunter going to go in and Staff of Teleportation back home, get healed back up, get ready to lead the charge. Well, Passion is going to be going up against Bears. Rejuvenation possibly on the table. Dryads going to be able to easily get some slow poison onto these trailing units, and that is the problem here. Slow poison onto these last two huntresses, as another dryad going to focus that down here. Slow moving huntress is going to end up being saved. No staff of preservation, trying to zone out that dryad once more, as this demon hunter, well, using that orb of venom pretty nicely as well. Priestess of the Moon continuing to put in the pressure. There's a scroll of healing. There's a staff of preservation saving one of ReMinD's unit, as Passion, well, doesn't have that item as of yet. Trying to create a little bit of separation and distance once more. Huntresses are going to be retreating back again. Priestess of the Moon perhaps going to buy another scroll of healing to try and keep this army alive and well, as well, ReMinD sitting at 50 supply going up against Passion's 46. Demon Hunter gonna be able to use that Orb of Venom, get in some extra damage here. Goblin Tinker, well, Searing Arrows coming in. Demon Hunter is gonna try and bother and Mana Burn. Priestess of the Moon racking up that damage indeed, and you can see how much damage that is constantly adding, as the Priestess of the Moon unable to take down that Demon Hunter. Rejuvenation quickly onto that Demon Hunter already. However, a quick abolish magic right there, as low hit point huntresses are trying to back away. Bears in that front line, as some very low hit point huntresses just going to get finished off. 49 supply compared to 50, going back and forth. ReMinD and will easily cleaning up many of these units. However, the Demon Hunter down to 70 hit points could have a very bad day. Why did those units back away temporarily? Gonna go after that Demon Hunter, and wow, baited to attack it when it was so low on hit points, only to see a Staff of Preservation from the Goblin Tinker for the save. Staff of Frustration indeed, as Passion unable to focus down any unit. You focus down a lot of units, and all of a sudden, what ends up happening? Well, what ends up happening is that unit, well, comes back fully refreshed once more. Priestess of the Moon down to 62 hit points. Has to be very careful, as all of the archers may be able to find it again. Priestess of the Moon down to 35 right now. What is it doing? Trying to hide. Potion of Invisibility, and it bought, well, Sentry Ward. Oh, there's the Sentry Ward right there. The Goblin Tinker still have a Sentry Ward. No, it doesn't. Beautifully used. Using that invisibility potion. There was a Sentry Ward positioned right there temporarily, but I think it might have just disappeared in time. Priestess of the Moon now gonna go ahead and head back home, down to 70 hit points. Gonna heal up once more. That Priestess of the Moon dodging a bit of a bullet, as we see ReMinD now setting up an expansion on the bottom right.
Your building is
Demon Hunter sitting at level 3. Goblin Tinker sitting at level 3. Demon Hunter with a Sentry Ward off over here, being able to keep track of his opponent's units. Priestess of the Moon is, well, revealed right now, as we're looking at another Ancient of War about to get taken down. All right, another Ancient of War taken down once again. We see a Vault 4 Stroll Shadow Priest quickly focus down right there, as we're going to be looking at the Druids of the Cloud now putting in a little bit of pressure. Dryads now trying to back away. Priestess of the Moon in that front line spot. Staff of Preservation saves one. There was a roar as well. This Druid of the Claw will end up getting saved once more. 45 supply compared to 43. As we're looking at an almost level 5 Priestess of the Moon going up against an almost level 4 Demon Hunter, and, well, solidly on his way to level 4 Goblin Tinker. All right, Night Elf versus Night Elf Mirror Magic. Passion definitely has more options and is not going to be nearly as reliant on Moonwells to heal now that he has Druids of the Claw. These Druids of the Claw need to stay in, well, Druid form for a little while longer, getting a bit more mana, and this may end up becoming the problem. If the Priestess of the Moon is able to stick around, use these Dryads rather effectively, as he transitions, or as the Priestess of the Moon transitions away from Huntresses into a mass Dryad strategy, that may be enough. Level 3 Searing Arrow, all of the Dryads with +7 damage indeed, and now gonna just continue to add more. You can see one round, one volley of damage onto that Druid of the Claw, as that Druid of the Claw easily gets Staff of Preservation home. The cooldown so quick, and 900 damage pretty much instantaneously lost, as the units are now retreating back here again. Level 3 True Shot Aura, as another Staff of Preservation saves, just alternating between the two. But that is two bears that are out of this fight, making the battle that much more difficult. Dryads, not
Research
easily
finished.
being healed at all. Units are going to make their way back off to the north here. Wisps, perhaps going to create a little bit of separation. Mana burn onto the Priestess of the Moon. No, not at all. Mass, well, a lot of missing going on because of the evasion as another Staff of Preservation charge used, or another Staff of Preservation used again. Goblin Tinker Staff of Preservation should be online or will be online momentarily. Meanwhile, back inside the base here,
Our
Druids of the
warriors
Claw
have
have already
engaged the
gotten a
enemy.
little bit of mana, a little bit of healing from the Moonwells as you see another Staff of Preservation again. Staff of Frustration living up to his name. Dryads now making its way back off to the north here, perhaps going to try and take down some of these ancients here. Druids of the Claw need to perhaps get a rejuvenation onto the Demon Hunter and then transform into bears as this battle is going to continue on here. A little bit of a pincer play. Goblin Tinker, they're trying to stop an easy escape here as the bears coming in from the other side. Priestess of the Moon now coming down as well. Bears could get taken down. What am I talking about? There's two Staffs of Preservation. Wait for it. There you go. Demon Hunter continuing to cause problems. This bear actually taking a lot of damage pretty quickly, but still another Staff of Preservation is available. All right, bears. Are we going to finally see the death of a bear? Yes, we are. There goes one bear. But at what cost, as Dryads are also getting taken down as well? That bear came back to join in on the fight. And all of a sudden, ReMinD, well, taking a lot more damage than he should, losing a lot of bears right there. All right, more damage coming back across the other way. Priestess of the Moon in a little bit of trouble, down to 146 hit points as we're seeing the Priestess of the Moon get to level 6. Demon Hunter, Goblin Tinker, and the Priestess of the Moon just all leveled up. Demon Hunter now getting close to level 5. Goblin Tinker getting solidly at level 4. But the problem for the Priestess of the Moon, if the Priestess of the Moon wants to try and use
Our
Starfall, the
warriors have
Demon Hunter
engaged the enemy.
has mana burn. Mana burn, well, very well. There's a Tome of Retraining. Oh, gonna go ahead and retrain to rockets. Goblin Tinker now with a way to shut down Starfall by be retraining to rockets instead, and now has a way to stun that Starfall ability. All right, stunning that Starfall ability right there. That is going to be absolutely, absolutely key. I think. Well, all we need for it to be broken is a third hero with a third Staff of Preservation, right?
Ah, the great outdoors.
All right, ReMinD lost a little bit of control on his bears early on, allowing the Priestess of the Moon to get to level 6 and now go into Starfall. The question is, where is Starfall going to be cast, and how effective is it going to be? Where is that Priestess of the Moon right now? Don't see him or see her on the mini-map anywhere. Potion of Invisibility, perhaps? Yep, Potion of Invisibility on that Priestess of the Moon. Gonna go ahead and Starfall right out of the gate here, and that's gonna be difficult to zone in. The Goblin Tinker gonna try and get into position, and is it gonna line up? There is that stun just outside that range. Such a large, long-range stun right there as the Goblin Tinker, well, puts a stop to that particular strategy. No Staff of Preservation coming in from Passion. Meanwhile, well, ReMinD's been using Staff of Preservation forever and a day. And, well, with that, Passion leaves the game, taking down that level 6 Priestess of the Moon first. Interesting game going back and forth. Priestess of the Moon, however, not expecting the the Goblin Tinker to retrain into rockets, and not really respecting how long of a range that stun actually is. That stun pretty much was so far, able to stun down that Priestess of the Moon as it was casting Starfall. The Dryads weren't far enough down to really punish that Goblin Tinker for trying to get within range. And once that happened, well, the main advantage for Passion was gone. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.